What's going on, everybody? It is yours truly, Connor here, and welcome back to the Horny Goat YouTube channel, of course, the Horny Goat Podcasting Network, for episode number 14 of No Bucks Given, the show that we do a discussion about all sorts of craziness and wacky things that is, of course, going on in the world. You guys know me, of course. I am Connor, your MC, or HG, MC of HG. Shoot, that actually sounds really good. But, Sometimes, every once in a while, a kernel of good stuff comes out of this noggin. But, of course, I am not alone. I have here with me the power couple, the it couple of the Horny Goat. We've got JP and Heather with me. What's going on, guys? MC of HG. Shoot, that actually sounds really good. But, sometimes, every once in a while, a kernel of good stuff comes out of this noggin. But, of course, I am not alone. I have here with me. Oh, it's so exciting. We were talking about this a little bit before we hopped on. I mean, you guys, so essentially, you guys, like, without going into too much detail, you guys are, oh, hey, Wendy. You guys are basically what, like, four or 5 days. I can't do math. 4 or 5 days away. Oh, it's so exciting. We were talking about this a little bit before we hopped on. I mean, you guys, so essentially, you guys, like, without going into too much detail, you guys are, oh, hey, Wendy. You guys are basically what, like, four or 5 days. I can't do math. 4 or 5 days away. Oh, it's so exciting. We were talking about this a little bit before we hopped on. I mean, you guys, so essentially, you guys, like, without going into too much detail, you guys are, oh, hey, Wendy. Right. God damn. Oh.
And then that leaves me with possibly an extra $1,000 to get it fixed.
Sorry,
If I do it all.
I apologize. I just realized for some reason I didn't have you guys on the audio. I just switched it over.
I'm not going to tell that story again.
Okay. So anyway, long story short, when I was introducing Heather and JP, they were talking about how they were just a couple of days away from closing out the house and getting everything done. Long story short, they're still working on an issue with the radon detector, but because of the timing and all that, they're basically, you said $1,000 credit?
Yep.
Ooh. Perfect. So you're gonna use that.
That just means we're gonna end up paying for the finish. But yes, we are. I've got the money to close. I'm actually gonna wait. I was gonna wire the money on Monday, because if they can't, then I'm only gonna. He's gonna put some money in the escrow, which is for the closing.
Yeah.
Because I have to put money in the escrow as well.
Right.
And that would be, yeah.
Not bad. You guys excited? I mean,
pretty cool of the guy to do that, you know.
And you guys have time too. It's not like you guys are like moving, like,
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when
we gave our notice to the landlord, but we have until May 1st, so we still have plenty of time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I work in an apartment complex, and so I see people move in and out all the time, and obviously they're stressed. It's a lot. It's, you know, it's a headache in itself just from the homeowners buying prospect or process, and it's a whole nother thing to, like, you know, the whole moving things.
I'm honestly gonna say this really wasn't that bad. I think the most stressful part about it was finding a place.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, you know what I mean? How the market is here, I guess it's not as bad as everywhere else.
Up here, it's a disaster. It's a nightmare.
So I think we got lucky.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it helps that we have realtors that have no problem going toe to toe with the VA and saying, "Listen, this is what's going to happen."
That's
you can't
balls,
do
right?
that.
I know.
I mean, they essentially just they worked with us,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking the house, and she probably, and I said this today, and she kind of gave, how Heather sometimes does that. What did I say? I think we could have got the house in bed.
Hey, still
But
though.
it is what it is. I'm not, dwelling on it.
And you
And
guys,
hell, when he retires, we could sell this house and move to his favorite town of Cassville. So
and you guys didn't really start the process that long ago, right? This was like,
No,
it was
it's
what,
only
like
been like
month and
February?
a half.
month
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
a
say like
half or
that
2
was.
months.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say like February. So I mean, that is. I mean, it's surprising and it's not because when I've seen people like come in and say like, hey, buying a house and I'm doing this and sometimes it's insanely quick. People sometimes close in less than 30 days. Sometimes people it takes them forever. I'm still looking, but goddamn, up in Massachusetts, the housing market is horrendous right now. So I'm living
I
comfortably.
think it's the entire East Coast that's fucking demolished with the housing market.
Northeast is shit. I'll be honest. Northeast is pretty bad. Like Maine and New Hampshire isn't horrible, but like Mass, Philly,
New York.
DC, New York, yeah, all those are just like.
And then you got North Carolina, where everybody from New York is moving.
it's the Florida effect. So apologies that we didn't get the audio right up and going, but I do want to give some love to everybody in the chats. We got Jurgen, we got Alf, we got Paul, we got Tim. Hopefully, I see he said a double echo. Hopefully everything's coming in okay now. And Federico, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate everybody coming in and joining us. It's just ourselves this week. Basement was not feeling so not up to trot, but then again, I passed out last night for Heather's stream, so it all balances out in some way. So if you guys haven't checked out all the other content on the Horny Goat channel, youtube.com/hornygoat, make sure you check out, of course, our Marvel Roundtable. We just did Guardians of the Galaxy, and next this coming Monday we'll be doing Avengers: Age of Ultron, and we're gonna have a special guest on that episode, so make sure you guys tune in for that. And of course, we continue on through Universe Mode with WWE2K22 with Horny Goat Wrestling, and tomorrow we're doing Money in the Bank, which that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a long stream. That's gonna be a long ass stream because
I might be there for the beginning of it, but I do have to work on Monday.
there's 10. I'll warn you right now. There's 10 matches and 2 of them are ladders.
He may be there for the first ladder match, and that's it.
I may be there for the first 5-minute first match. Maybe if it doesn't last 4.5 fucking hours.
Well, I mean, okay, hold on. The first one we did, it lasted like forever. Then the second one was like 20 seconds because everyone just kept looking up at Beerus Goblin and be like, it's like, what the hell are you doing? So it's so much fun doing that. So check that out. And if you guys are around tomorrow, Sunday the 10th, make sure you guys swing on back for Money in the Bank. So our first ever quote unquote pay-per-view. But of course, we got to talk about a bunch of things today. Links of always are in the description here on YouTube if you want to check out the articles that we're referring to in terms of discussion. I'll, of course, love to hear your thoughts as well. So the first one that we are going to talk about is unfortunately a bit of tragic news in the world of sports. And I'm just pulling up the information here.
Not this way. Here. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Listen, multitasking. That's what parenting is all about, you know. The first.
I have to do it for work every day.
Listen, I barely, and I do mean barely, multitask. Let me tell you.
I don't know if that's a pot shot at me because I actually work in a building other than here, but.
No, it's a compliment. The first news is unfortunately one of tragedy, this one in the sports world, that Dwayne Haskins unfortunately did pass away. I believe it was this past week, couple of days ago, in regards to he was fatally struck by a dump truck on the Florida highway. So according to CNN, Dwayne Haskins, the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback and 2018 Heisman Trophy finalist at Ohio State, was fatally struck by a dump truck Saturday morning while trying to cross the highway on foot in South Florida. I can't say I'm surprised it's Florida, but you get the idea. Haskins, who re-signed with the Steelers just last month, was 24. He was trying to cross Interstate 595 westbound lanes near Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, Broward County, when the dump truck hit him. Then the Florida Highway Patrol said the incident was reported shortly after 6:30 a.m. He was walking on the highway for unknown reasons when the incident happened. The patrol stated in the news release details about what led up to it weren't immediately available. In recent days, Haskins has has been in South Florida working out with some Steelers teammates and is captured in Instagram stories from Haskins Steelers running back Najee Harris. So, I mean, goddamn. I don't know much about him, so of course, JP, I'm sure you fill me in, but like, son of a bitch, 24.
This kid was drafted in the first round by the Washington Redskins.
Air quotes, yeah.
And was never really, and I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck what people say, was never really given the opportunity to
showcase his
talent because they threw him. So with the Redskins, they had nobody. I mean, yes, they had a receiver, McLaurin, but that was it. They didn't have any real where they were gonna, go anywhere. So
Yeah.
they, of course, let's blame the fucking quarterback and let's get rid of him. So they did, and he ended up going to Pittsburgh. Well, yeah, he ended up getting traded to Pittsburgh this last year. I think he was traded. Either that or he was released and then he was picked up. But then he re-signed with Pittsburgh with an opportunity to win the starting job in Pittsburgh. I don't know if did Pittsburgh pick up another quarterback?
I have not heard anything about that. I don't think
so. It's kind of sad because this kid was, I mean, you could his work ethic was good. Apparently, Mike Tomlin loved him because his work ethic was good. He did everything that was asked of him, and
he's one of those players that just loved the game and wanted to play.
Well, I didn't like him in college because he played at Ohio State, and I'm a Wisconsin Badger fan.
Yeah.
It's a rivalry, so fuck him. But it is sad that he died, and he was never. And a shame on the fucking Redskins or Washington football team or whatever the fuck you want to call him for not giving him his opportunity and helping him thrive. Same thing with, and I know I'm going off on a tangent here. It's the same thing with Sam Darnold. He now plays in Carolina. Wasn't given the fucking talent around him to develop because Haskins in college was phenomenal. I mean, everybody thought he would be his first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
But it's sad that he's gone. It was shocking. I did look this morning. I'm like, did that say he died? Because he was only 25 years old, and oh man, the motherfucker, he committed suicide. Because you see a lot of.
I was thinking the same thing, honestly, when I saw that pop up. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm like, oh man, not another one.
Because you hear about with like CTE and all that other stuff, and it's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, crossing the highway and then getting hit by, I mean, damn it. I mean, that just sucks. It's absolutely tragic.
The question here is, why was he crossing the highway in the first place?
Maybe we don't know what, I don't know what particularly is where he was at. He may have been, I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's one of those questions, and I don't know Florida any better than any other state. Not that I want to know Florida like any other state, but I do know that from just being there a couple of times that like the highways there are a little weirdly placed. And again, I don't know the specific ones. And what I mean by weirdly places is that I've seen some that are like street level. They're not like separate from the city. So he could be actually like was genuinely trying to cross the highway to get to something on the other side. Could have been a random interstate highway. I don't know the area very well, so it sucks. Alpha even said I didn't actually know about this until minutes ago before the stream started. And Tim said, yeah, they also had picked up Mitch Trubisky. I hope I said that name right.
Yes,
yeah. So I mean,
that's who they picked up, Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, again, I don't, obviously didn't know much about him, but either way, I mean, 24 and especially to hear that he wasn't given like, the opportunity or what it sounds like, or like get like a chance to shine is just fucking tragic. So,
yep, it's sad.
Yeah, but
he's a good young talent.
Yeah, Federico just said use the crosswalk next time. I mean, crossing the highway is a dangerous thing. I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it.
Interstate, man. There is no such thing as a crosswalk. The interstate is like a major highway here in the United States. If you don't live in the United States, It's a major highway in the United States, and there's like hundreds of them.
Yep.
And there is no crosswalk. If you want to walk the interstate, you're
taking your life in your own hands.
Because cars are going 70, 75 miles an hour on this thing.
I mean,
sometimes 80. Yeah.
You
were watching some of the videos. Go ahead.
No,
if you were watching some of the videos, if you're watching some of the videos that we watched last night, a lot of them were interstate videos.
Because I mean, you think
the interstate is
not
where you just want to walk.
No, I mean, even if I don't know if this was something you guys learned in driving school when I took it, but you take into consideration that it takes even the fastest reflex, right? It takes them I think 3 seconds in order to react, or two seconds to react. Like 1, 2 to understand what you're seeing, and then making sure you're hitting the brake, and then of course depending on your speed, that's a whole different question as far as how efficient your brakes are and how fast to an immediate stop you can take. And then you're talking about cars that are going fucking 60, 70, 80, maybe even 90 if they're fucking dangerous miles per hour. So just
and then you throw in the ABS systems in all these newer cars.
Yep. Yeah. So it's just fucking unbelievable. But we'll move on to hopefully some lighter news. And when I saw this, I instantly lit up because it said space laser. So apparently a telescope has discovered galactic space laser at a record-breaking 5 billion light years away. Now, I'm a nerd. I found this interesting because, and actually Gina was the one who posted this, so shout out to Gina. And I work right near the Museum of Science, so this kind of shit is interesting to me. A powerful telescope in South Africa has detected a space laser known as, and I can't believe they named it, a mega maser that is 5 billion light years from Earth. Scientists nicknamed it, I'm not even going to pronounce that word, which is a Zulu word meaning big boss. It is the most distant hydroxyl mega maser of its kind ever detected. It was discovered by the Meerkat telescope on the first night of a survey that is expected to include 3,000 hours of observation. It's impressive that with just a single night of observation, we already found a record-breaking mega maser. It just shows how good that telescope is. So they were able to. So the bottom line is that they have this telescope now that can look 5 billion light years away. Which I got to look up the actual how long a light year is. Because I think it's I can't remember how many. I got to look it up now. How far is a light year?
Look it up.
He is.
I'm googling it right now.
I think it's 86,000 miles per second.
So a light year, a light year is a unit of measurement. So one light year is roughly just shy of 6 miles. So you times that by 1 billion, you're looking at 5.8. Oh wait, no, why did it do that? No, give me the, damn it. There we go. So yeah, you're looking at 5.87 billion miles, which is insane. So then on top of that, you're looking at 25. So it's just nuts that we're able to see that far in space, to me anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and as Gina put along with that in theirs, but who's firing the lasers?
I mean, I think it was just a natural phenomenon, but I mean, that is kind of crazy to think that we can see that far. I mean, I was telling this earlier that I took my kids to the Museum of Science last weekend. It was a great experience, and they have a telescope there, and we were able to see some of the images they were able to take, and it's good Lord, how far can we see into the fucking into outer space? I mean, how far? Oh, go ahead, JB.
I was just gonna say, so the stars in the sky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of those are light years away from us. They may have exploded already, and we just can't see it yet.
That always fascinated me when I thank you for bringing that, for reminding me about that. That always fascinated me too. Is
because he'd be like, some of these stars are light years away, and some of them may have exploded, and we just haven't seen it yet.
Yep. Or if it explodes so far away, it fizzles. The explosion fizzles out before it reaches our natural eye.
Yeah.
Which is what the fuck? It really kind of sometimes like takes you back. You're like, wow, we are really small sometimes.
So just think, if you're looking for the Little Dipper, them stars may have fizzled out.
Mm-hmm.
You're never gonna see it.
Tim just said in the chat, I just heard space later and snapped to attention. So it's more a natural phenomenon, or that I believe sounds like that they saw in space. But I mean, like I was saying, I took them to the planetarium, and thinking like bigger picture, sometimes it just kind of takes you back and be like, holy shit, we are in a much smaller area in the universe when you think about it, and like you actually pan back. But it's just crazy that we can actually think, fucking see this thing 5 billion light years away. I mean, how many times do we hear about like, oh, there's an asteroid coming, there's an asteroid coming, there's an asteroid coming, there's an asteroid coming? I think one every like fucking 3 months.
Yeah.
You can't see that coming now. You can see a fucking space later from 5 billion years. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent.
Right?
But anyway, it's just a fun little story. Figured I'd throw that out there for you guys. Let's see here. This oh yeah. This one's a doozy. This next story, as I pull it up here. We kind of talk a little bit lightheartedly sometimes about the concept of like PC culture and things that are changing, and like the way the world's changing, and like equality and representation and all that. But I don't know if snack food is necessarily the place that it may or may not be warranted. I don't know. But FRITO-LAY just recently announced that in direct line with their Crackerjack snack, they're introducing a Cracker Jill to support women in sports. So after more than 100... I can already see JP shaking his head. After more than 125 years as one of the sport's most iconic snacks, Crackerjack is adding a new face to its roster with the introduction of Cracker Jill to celebrate the women who break down barriers in sports. Tapping the brand's rich history as America's favorite pastime, Cracker Jill comes to life through 5 different representations on a serial of special edition bags, which will be available at the start of this year's baseball season in professional ballparks across the country, and through a donation of $5 or more to the Women's Sports Foundation, according to a press release. I'm assuming this is going to be a permanent thing. I can't tell if it is. I don't think this is a promotional shtick. It looks like this is going to be a permanent thing. Yeah, it says right here, this collection of Cracker Jill packaging was created to coincide with the opening of the 2022 baseball season, but the intention is for Jill to continue to join Sailor Jack as a member of the team roster and part of the brand ethos.
Yep. It's gonna go with whatever. If you want to do a Cracker Jill, I'm still gonna call it a Crackerjack, so get fucking used to it. I don't care what anybody fucking says.
Yeah.
I look, I'm all about equal opportunity, right?
Same.
I am. But why must we mess with something that we... So this is where I have an issue. I have to adjust to something that I have known it to be my whole fucking life. And I'm 50, almost 50 now. And now I have to adjust to having to fucking call it a Cracker Jill. When it looks like a Crackerjack, it tastes like a Crackerjack. And by God, it is a Crackerjack. What's the fucking difference? Is the fucking surprise toy Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina scent? I mean,
imagine.
What the fuck, man? I mean, like, come on. It doesn't really fucking matter that you have... It's fucking people are dumb. Again, I say this all the time. I get it. I'm about equal opportunity, people. All about it. But don't sit here and try to feed me a line of bullshit that I've got to fucking adjust to calling something that I have called a Crackerjack for my whole life. In fact, I haven't seen a box of Crackerjacks in years, to be honest with you.
To be honest with you, I never ate Crackerjack.
They're really good.
Yeah.
It's just like the Crunch and Munch. You ever eat that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing.
Okay. Gotcha. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat with you, JP. I mean, like, I mean, if it's at the very least, I can at least like understand like if they're doing something as like I don't want to say ploy, but like a promotional way to be like, oh, we're doing this in recognition for X, Y, and Z, you know. But I mean, sometimes it's just like
enough is enough.
well, is it really needed? Like, again, I'm all in the same thing of like, you know, everyone has a voice, everyone has an opinion, you know, they want to be themselves, they want to express themselves, they want themselves represented. All cool with that. But sometimes I just feel like in certain cases, it's like, was there really like picketing over
Especially, yeah, exactly. Especially the fact that a portion of the proceeds is being donated to women's sports. What about men's sports? Has Crackerjack ever done anything like that for like little league stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, like, well, MLB's got plenty of money, but little league things, I mean, that's actually a good point, like fundraisers or stuff like that. So, I mean, how popular are Crackerjack still anymore? I don't even know. I mean, JP's thing hasn't seen one forever, so I mean,
they're not as popular in stores, but you go to the parks.
Okay, yeah.
Popular.
Yeah.
I'm sure they still sell Cracker Jacks at the ballparks.
Because it's the 7th inning stretch song, so.
Yep.
Buy me some peanuts and crackers.
Or Jill.
That's where it's unfair to me. I mean, yes, fine, all good and well, you're doing this and you're going to donate some of the proceeds to women athletes. Women athletes are still making millions of fucking dollars. No. They don't need it.
So I actually looked at the salaries for the women that play in the WNBA, and they make less than I do a year.
Oh, geez.
But they only play 27 fucking games a year, so
okay.
Games a year, so stop fucking bitching. You want to play 82 games, and then we might talk about you making $1 million a year. I'm sorry, women's basketball is boring as fuck. I will give them credit. This year for the NCAA, the women's tournament was actually pretty entertaining. I watched the Final Four because it was in Minneapolis. It's actually pretty entertaining.
But other than that, but I mean,
I cannot watch women's basketball. It's like watching. I'd rather fucking stick my dick in a fucking grinder than watch women's basketball.
I always love that family joke. It's like, now back to WNBA, and it's like, you know, these women are doing this. Is this exciting? That's for the fan to decide. And it's just one guy in the stands. He's like, yeah.
But as I was saying, women athletes, they're making enough money. And it's not just basketball. There's other women's sports out there where they're making money. Well, why do we need to make an entirely separate product to donate money to that when with the male side of it barely does anything with their proceeds?
Tim said they have done stuff for Little League in the past, but obviously probably not in anything I can remember in recent memory. Yeah.
So that's where it's unfair and unbalanced to me. I mean, you want to sit there and say you're all about equality, balance it out that way then.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't give a shit.
Right. No, I get you. Basement said Crackerjack looks like he's the dick depository on a naval vessel. I mean,
probably was
50s, right? Right? Is that when Crackerjack was made? Yeah, fucking when was
50s or 40s? I can't remember.
Crackerjacks have been around.
It shows you how well prepared we are for the show, folks. Holy shit. Crackerjack has been around since 1893. Holy shit. It's fucking crazy.
It's been around as long as it's baseball.
It's over, that's 100 and, God, I can't think.
133 years old.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Now I feel old. But yeah, I'm on the same boat with you guys as far as that. And look who's joined us.
Yes. You finally showed the fuck up.
Yep.
What's up?
My dick.
Is it for Cracker Jill?
Oh God. What?
Cracker Jill. You never heard of this?
And looking at the product picture for it, they have her dressed as a cowgirl.
Like,
Why? It makes no sense.
Well,
I mean, there's women allowed in the Navy now.
Well, the women were allowed in the Navy before
Yeah,
that.
I was about to say it's not that. It's not anything too new.
I imagine Lacey Evans would be Cracker Jill.
They actually changed her gimmick. They actually changed her gimmick. You know what her gimmick is now?
America.
Mother.
Soldier.
She's an actual
America's
Marine.
Oh,
They have her dressing as an actual Marine now.
Didn't they have that before?
No, she was the
No.
1940s pinup girl.
Before that, no, maybe they just talked about it. Yeah, NXT. There we go. I don't know. Fuck.
When I was watching that last night, I'm like, oh shit.
Because she's finally getting ready to come back into the ring. So they put a little video package about her past life and how much of a struggle it was for her.
Go ahead.
She would be a perfect. I'm just saying, if they're gonna do Cracker Jill, I mean, Jesus Christ, she'd be the fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect person for that.
She is a former Marine, so she can play the part, and I think Vince should just let her do her thing.
So what? They're turning Crackerjack into Cracker Jill?
Yes.
Yeah, they're releasing Cracker Jill speckle. I can't fucking talk. Good night, everybody. Fucking special edition packaging for it looks like it's a permanent thing.
Who cares?
What about the song?
I didn't know there was even
JP started singing it. I'm like, buy me some peanuts and cracker Jill.
Cracker Jills? That's buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jills. What's this, like fucking white hookers in the street corner?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think of.
It sounds like one of your Mexican adventures, basement.
Hi, my name is Jill. You want a job?
Hi, my name is Jill. You want some fucking peanuts? Want to play ball? Dance? Anybody want to dance?
I hate you. My nose is fucking exploding.
Oh God! Fucking the cocaine or allergies or what? Mix?
The allergies, man.
The allergy.
Allergies are fucking horrible.
We're just gonna start announcing things incorrectly. I fucking love that. No, it's fucking. I had to buy a filter for the kids' room because they were just like they were coughing themselves awake, and fucking. So I told them, like, I can't be that bad. I take it out one night, and I shit you not, it was probably about close to this color of my shirt.
Yeah.
I was like, that's disgusting. Fucking these plants are. It's fucking it's that Mark Wahlberg movie all over again. Guys, what's going on here? Fucking pollen.
It's the wind.
It's killing us, man. What's going on?
I'm gonna go lie down in front of a fucking lawnmower.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie.
That was the fun. I'm sorry. That was the funniest fucking kill in the entire movie. You just see a guy. And it just lays down, and that's not like the lawnmower was right there either. It took its sweet ass time.
And it wasn't even a regular lawnmower. It was like a fucking big ass crop cleaner or something. I'm like, what is this?
Oh my God!
Wind.
I need to look up.
Oh my God!
Hold on.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen. It was so stupid.
What was
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty bad.
Oh,
it was really bad, man.
The name of the movie was The Happening.
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think of it. So if those of you don't know what we're talking
Very
about,
little
because
happened. There were slow-mo shots of wind going through the trees to scare you.
beautiful. It was. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the movie The Happening was a 2008. Oh my God. Yeah, 2008 movie that was starring Mark Wahlberg, but it was directed by, of course, M. Night Shyamalan Bing Bong.
What a twist!
What a twist! But the concept was people were dying and essentially killing themselves, and no one knew why. There was like mass suicides all over the place, and so people were like randomly killing themselves in some pretty gruesome fucking ways. But the funniest one was some guy just walking along, because they're like zombified, they're like tuned out when this happens, and fucking one guy just literally just drops on his knees and falls and lays down in the middle of like a giant lawn, and this lawnmower runs him over. But as Basement I just said, not only is the lawnmower like a thing that you would see like in like a fucking mansion or a baseball field, looks like almost like something you see like a farm, but it's like so far away. It's not like he like just dropped right in front of it.
And I'm pretty sure he was wearing like like a suit or something. Like, why is this guy here? It's like, I left my 9 to 5 to go to the crop circles.
Didn't wasn't John Leguizamo in this too?
Yeah, his wife and like his family died, or his family lived and he died. Something happened.
No, well, he was in the car.
He got separated from them, didn't he?
Well, yeah, he was
His
in the
family?
car. He's like, let's go out, and then he just crashed into a tree.
Yeah.
Like I'm
So,
sorry. I know it's supposed to be
didn't,
horror and
like,
suspenseful,
kid
but
shoot somebody?
what?
Didn't a kid got shot? One of the kids that they were with. He opened the door and got shot with shotgun or something. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that's the same movie.
maybe
We need to watch this movie.
I was about to say maybe we need to watch this movie all over again. So, but anyway, we're getting off topic. Not that we have too many topics. We're already barreling through these already like crazy. But the next one, this one will definitely cause some interesting discussion. And I'm trying to make sure I pronounce his name. I'm sorry, their name right. Ezra Miller, everyone's favorite DCEU Flash actor. I don't even know what to call him anymore. Is in trouble.
Transformed?
Well, I think he's using different pronouns now.
He's non-binary.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
Who knows? Who the fuck knows what non-binary means? It means he doesn't identify as anything.
Isn't being non-binary technically make you binary? Oh, whatever.
But so Ezra Miller is not in good company right now because he is under a little bit of heavy fire over a recent arrest, and his whole run as the Flash may be in trouble. It could be. We could
what did
see.
He get arrested for?
I'm going to get into that in just a second. So he was arrested, apparently, let me just pull this up here. He was arrested in a Hawaii karaoke bar. Let me pull up the full detail here. He was arrested and charged at a karaoke bar in Hilo, Hawaii shortly after midnight on past Monday or a couple weeks ago. Miller, who uses they, them pronouns, was charged with disorderly conduct and harassment after authorities alleged they became agitated while patrons at the bar began singing karaoke. The report from the Hawaii Police Department also alleges that Miller began yelling obscenities and at one point grabbed the microphone from a 23-year-old woman singing karaoke and later lunged at a 32-year-old man playing darts. So disorderly conduct offense and harassment offense. So really, it's not anything like too fucking crazy. Oh my god!
Apparently, this is the second time it's happened.
Okay.
Because he was also, I think, the year before, had to have a temporary restraining order put against him by a couple whose room he broke into, and he started yelling at and attempted to steal the husband's wallet.
Ooh, that's a little bit more. But it's funny how like Miller was arrested on this. The bail was $500.
Yeah.
I've got a couple questions about this.
Yeah. So well, but let me get through the whole thing first, and then so interestingly enough, though, apparently this was enough to start throwing things into question. Warner Brothers and DC executives held a meeting to discuss his future and involvement in movie projects. According as reported by the Rolling Stone, the meeting held on March 30th was to discuss Miller's arrest for disorderly conduct and harassment. The outlet claims that consensus in the room was to, quote, hit pause on any future projects involving Miller. This also includes any possible appearances in the DC extended universe. So the thing is that, like, I mean, I don't know. It seems a little excessive in my opinion. I mean, he's done worse. People have done worse. I mean, shit. We just came off the heels of the fucking Oscar slap, which still is producing fresh quality memes, the likes of which I've never seen. But it's interesting because once this came out, other side reports and other rumors came about too, as far as apparently he is a major pain in the ass to deal with on set. Both in the Justice League movie and in when producing the Flash movie. So obviously the Flash movie is still gonna happen. That regardless of what happens to Ezra Miller, like it's too far into everything to do anything with it. But it also has pulled people to, and I forgive me, I do not know the actor's name. A lot of people want to have the gentleman who plays the Flash in the Flash CW TV show to cross over and take over Ezra Miller's Ezra Miller's role as the Flash in the movies. And personally, I just think this is blown a little too much out of proportion, in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, I don't care. Like, who hasn't gotten into a? Okay, so I think we're talking about it tonight. The Will Smith thing, a little different.
Mm.
This thing, like, who hasn't gotten into a fight in a bar? Like,
Yeah, right.
I just
Wait,
make friends.
he's a fucking goddamn motherfucking human being who is probably having a few cocktails and somebody said something and it fucking set him off, which alcohol does that to people because you're what's the word I'm looking for? You're
Equilibrium or
Blood
you're distorted.
boils.
it's off. You react to things differently if you were
Rational
sober.
mind.
Yeah, your rationality is shot on alcohol.
Yeah. Grant Gustin was the actor who plays the Flash in CW. Thank you guys. Thank you, Paul and Tim in the chat. Continue.
The problem I have with this is, like, who hasn't gotten into a fight in a bar? I'm mild mannered,
Mhm.
and I've gotten into not a fist fight. I haven't been in a fist fight since I was in 8th grade, but I mean, I'm really not mild mannered. But so anyway, that was me being-
Let me just change everything I just said.
well, I was trying to get a laugh out of everybody. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. You're gonna punish this guy for.
So Alpha said in the chat he gets bailed out, of course, because of who he is. Although not all of them, but being famous.
The fucking elite bullshit. I hate that. This is different than anything. He was in a bar, right?
His bail was probably the same as anybody's would be.
Yes,
Yeah.
So
I mean, he didn't.
More.
Yeah, let me put it to you this way. I can tell you right now, there was a guy in a fight in a bar, probably like this one, in my hometown, and the cops let him go, didn't even have to post bail.
I mean, from the description of the charges, it was mainly just being like he was being an asshole. He didn't even fight. There was no like charges of violence. It was just harassment and like disorderly conduct or something along those lines.
Yeah, they don't even like disorderly conduct. I think the bail is maybe $100.
Yeah, that's why his bail was $500.
So if anything, he didn't get off because of who he was. He actually got charged more for who he is.
Only he had the powers of the Flash.
I know. I was about to say, why didn't he just fucking run away?
I just want people to be wary when they sit here and say, "Oh, he probably got off. He got off easy because of who he is." No.
You know how confusing that police call would be? It's like, hey, they are coming at me. They are attacking me. How many of them are there? One. But they're coming at me.
Who's they?
It?
But yeah, so I think it's blown out of proportion in my eyes. Should he have his? It's just this is the cancel culture bullshit today. That
Keep going, get a drink.
Yep.
I mean, for the
Go ahead.
what's on the line in terms of like disorderly conduct, to have that be like the thing that loses your job is kind of wild in my mind.
There's more to it. It's also he also had a meltdown on set several times.
Well, I mean, if he's on set and he's a pile of shit, then I get rid of him.
I think it's
period.
The bar thing should not cost him a job.
I don't think it's necessarily the bar thing. Yeah, let me be clear. Right. If it's not, I think that's the straw that broke the camel's back. You know what I mean? Which I get,
because he's on his own free. They can't hold that against him. Now, if he fucking lost his shit, I can understand. Okay, we can't work with you. You're done. Get out.
Well, that's what I mean. They probably see it as, okay, well, if he's doing this on his own, that's why when I was reading about this, and I read some other things on there too about how he was difficult to work on set. And so you take those two factors into consideration and be like, okay, well, it seems like he's not going to change. It seems like nothing's going to be the same. And if we're in this for the long haul, which presumably from what we've been hearing about, like the rumors of the Flash movie, it's supposed to like reset a bunch of shit, blah, 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 blah. So they're looking to continue on the DC movies with him as Flash. Then it's like, well, fuck, how is this fucking gonna pan out, you know? And do we really want him around?
He's not talented enough to warrant that risk. Just make him run so fast he turns into Grant Gustin.
I never really gave a shit about the Flash.
No, me neither.
Oh God.
I mean, it's also the
As
fact
soon as
that
he got his powers, he should be dead.
Yeah.
but it also comes down to the fact that they are representing the company and the brand when they are out there on their own time.
That's unfair.
Time.
That's kind of unfair though, then, because you can't like ever live
It's
your life.
not if
without
it's
being
something that
represented.
they were continuing to do within a series.
So let me point this out. Yes, Heather is correct because, and I will tell you right now, if I was in the military, if I would have gotten into a fight in a bar off duty, I would have gotten in trouble. However, do I agree with that sentiment? Do I agree with that sentiment? No, I don't.
I feel like getting rid of somebody's like personal life because they have a certain job is, or like like not allowing them to have a personal life without always being representative of where they work is tough. But I get it. You're not wrong. You're right. I mean, it's the unfortunate side to being
part of the series. I mean, he's also supposed to be part of Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, I didn't know that too. Well, now WB's gonna flush him down the toilet. Forget it.
Wait, who is he supposed to be in Fantastic Beasts?
Constantine.
Who the hell is Constantine? I
Or-
thought he fought like demons or something.
Fantastic Beasts.
Harry
He
goes
was
to jail.
the orphan boy in the second one.
He was the orphan boy in the first.
I don't think I haven't seen the second one. I only saw the first one.
He was the one wearing the black suit all the time, and turned into the Black Cloud.
Ooh, I don't remember any of this movie. All I remember is they had a suitcase.
I never saw it.
And there was like a lot of little animals in the suitcase.
Oh my god!
I just want to see the character name.
Why don't you
Outside of this though, and Fantastic, what else has this guy been in? I don't recognize him from anything.
I never knew he existed.
He's been in a lot, actually.
I think he was in like a lot of indie films or something. He's had to have been.
He's Credence. He's Credence Barebone in Fantastic Beasts.
Sounds like a gay port name.
Right up their alley.
Do.
Just have some Cracker Jills and just chill.
Yeah, so Ezra
like we're going
Miller,
down to
yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about
But no,
9 3/4.
But yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Like if this incident is like they're judging it off of that, I don't think that's the case. I think it's collectively, and I think that WB, first off, they're never gonna get their DCEU off the ground. It's just never gonna fucking happen if they're gonna keep doing this shit. But that being,
it's never gonna be a collective.
No,
it's a mismatch of good and terrible.
Different charges. I mean, movies. Sorry.
But they're also trying to launch an entire franchise off of the fact that they've had 4 different fucking Batmans.
Yep.
That's the best way to start.
They're
gonna have 2 Flashes. we need every single movie. It's somebody's playing somebody different.
Yeah. But hey, run so fast he changes into Grant Gustin. I love that idea. What happened? Anyway, and just back to normal. But I think we have a little bit of time to switch things up and do some Would You Rathers.
Sure.
Switch up and change up the tone a little bit here. And of course, love to hear you guys' participation in the chat. Alpha did say, I never saw the point in the Flash character. All he has is super speed, and that's it as far as I know. I'll tell you this much, Alpha. Depending on which comic you read, Flash's powers can be lame, cool, and fucking absurd, depending on what he's doing. There is a very broad spectrum, again, depending on the era, who wrote, and blah, 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 blah. So, let's see here. All right, let's do a couple of these would you rathers. Let's start off. Would you rather have to eat only broccoli for the rest of your life, or be forced to watch an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians every day?
Just
Keeping Up
Hey,
with the
I take
Kardashians.
broccoli.
just to piss Trek off, I'd watch the Kardashians.
I couldn't only eat broccoli for the rest of my. I'd die. First of all, that's not a balanced meal.
It's very imbalanced.
The Kardashians, I would just fucking hate watch it every day.
You'd hate watch it.
Yeah.
Well,
And
How
except
long is the
one
Kardashians? First
episode,
of all,
It's one episode a day, every
How
day.
See,
long is
now
the
you're
episode?
getting it, basement. I hate watch everything.
Welcome to my world.
I love how he's like, now you get it.
You've ascended.
Um,
How long is the Kardashians?
It's an hour each episode.
Yeah. So
Eating broccoli forever? That's all you eat?
yeah, that's it.
Come on, that's pretty bad, man.
Right.
I mean, I like broccoli, but I wouldn't eat
It's
it.
all right.
So
Yeah, when you
wait,
eat
Heather,
it all
you
the
you
time.
you said give me the broccoli.
Yeah, give me the fucking broccoli.
Nope. I'm watching the Kardashians.
I see enough of clips of their episodes all over my fucking Facebook. No.
Finally gonna be in the know.
Watching spoiled brats sit around and
Oh,
complain about fucking everything? No.
A year in and I've already got plastic surgery and a huge ass. The transformation is partway there.
Oh, I'm gonna have some broccoli.
Fuck that, man. I'm watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. If the show, well, there's a lot of new material. How long has that been going on for?
I have
It's
no
over
idea.
Oh shit.
But
Then
you'd start
on the
over.
rewatches. It's
It's
gonna be
been-
difficult.
It's been going on for about 10 years.
It's over now. There is
Good
no way.
lord,
And also, am I like held down and my eyes like taped open?
like Clockwork Orange.
I know. Or can I do other things?
I mean, there's other ways. I don't know. That. God damn it! I don't have the answers to these fucking like specifics on the would you
Like,
rather's.
You pose the question. All right. fine.
Reading
No,
it.
actually, the person who made the website.
Yeah. All right. Here. This is a little interesting. Would you rather be a chicken for a day or a cow for a day?
Cow.
That was fast.
I just don't care.
I'd be a cow for a day, because then I could play with my boobs.
Eat all the time.
I'll
And
play with your boobs.
Yeah, which is even better. Eat all the time and shit constantly and get my weird udders massaged.
You ever see that Family Guy thing where like someone's milking the cow and the cow's like screaming like, "Oh yes."
This is weird. I'm gonna stop that.
Yeah, I'd be the cow because fucking those things can
Yeah.
hurt. Those things can take out some shit. You know what I mean? It's not like not that easily killed. Like chicken, I don't know. I feel like a chicken
Yeah.
is more easily taken out. So I mean, faster obviously, but I mean, give me a fucking cow.
Yeah, for the most part, if you were a chicken, you'd just be in like a fucking fenced in when like a foot of space.
And you walk around
Sounds
doing
familiar.
this all fucking day.
I
going,
know.
Yeah.
Heather hasn't given me the answer yet. She's still kind of up in the air.
Frustrating because being
You become a bird
cow,
and you can't even
them-
fucking
for them
fly. That's just sad.
to be a cow, for them to check if you're pregnant, they have to shove their whole arm up your ass.
I
Basement away.
don't see the
Well, I
problem
mean,
with that so
wait,
far.
wait, I'm only a cow for a day. I'm becoming a
But it
pregnant
depends
cow.
on
Do they check
when
daily?
that happens.
But also an arm up the ass.
They do. That's how they.
You're sweetening the pot here. You're just arguing more for cow than anything, you know?
Nothing
don't
seems
have it.
wrong about the
Do
situation.
I
Hey,
feel an elbow?
They don't shove their hand up their ass to find out if they're pregnant. They shove it up their vajayjay.
No, they don't. go
No,
up
they
the
do
ass.
that. No, they do that if they lose their watch.
As long as somebody's putting their hand up my ass, I'm happy.
One episode of Dr. Paul. All you gotta do is one episode of Dr. Paul.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
it.
care if they're checking
Arm
pregnancy
up the
or
ass.
Yeah.
just playing me like a puppet.
What?
All right. So Heather, you still cow? Yeah, chicken.
I'll go with the cow.
Yes.
I'll run into town and just demolish a store.
Um,
Over now for mad cow disease.
real quick in the chat. Jurgen said broccoli. I agree. Jurgen said I agree with Heather. Like you just put broccoli emoji. Alpha says keeping up with the Kardashians. Alpha says fuck broccoli. And Alpha and Jurgen both said cow. Alpha said because I wouldn't want to be chased around Rocky acting like a Kentucky Fried idiot.
It's true.
Yeah,
Fuck
I mean,
chickens.
yeah. No, I'm good. I don't even know where the nugget comes from. What? Oh, this is interesting. Would you rather always hit a red light for the rest of your life or always get slow internet after the sun goes down?
Red light.
Yeah, red light.
I've actually done the red light. It is very fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It is.
I've seen you almost destroy a computer because the internet was fucking slow.
These are true statements.
We do most of our stuff at night.
No,
these are true statements.
If you'd let me finish, I would much rather hit a red light, even though it is pretty annoying.
Mhm.
Every red light, I would. Yeah, I can't go without internet.
No.
Well,
But
you'd have it. It would just be
that
very
was
slow.
Like how slow would dial up?
I mean,
Probably, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Red light. Give me the red light.
I would look like a blurred out person from
Cause
Cops.
I'm ready to stop.
Yeah, give me the red lights. Because then, I mean, well, let me put it this way: just because I hit a red light does not mean I stop.
Exactly.
just saying. You know what I mean?
I was just kidding.
There was a George.
Austin man kills a bunch of people in vehicle.
Thank God I'm not from.
Just make sure you have a dash cam with you. So it might feature you on the show one night.
Vehicle drives through a playground and kills several children. You see the car with like the mangled kids in the play. I was just there.
Remember that?
I love that joke. This is perfect for especially for JP. Would you rather have no body hair or no head hair? JP doesn't count. JP doesn't count.
I can't do this one then.
I want no hair anywhere.
You think this bushy beard?
I don't know if you don't want to have hair on your head when it's negative 30 degrees outside. Tell you that.
The smoothest man alive.
I mean, I'm already. You can see the parting in the trees here. It's already happening. I got a bald spot back here too. So
here, it's just not real prominent right here.
It's not aggressive.
So I'm like fucking goddamn Jason Alexander. What's his fucking name on fucking
Jason Alexander?
Seinfeld. What's his name on Seinfeld?
George.
I'm like
George Costanza. Yeah.
I have that.
The horseshoe.
The horseshoe.
You kind of get like you got like
horseshoe.
you got like the Picard look going for you.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
No, you know what? His first tattoo is going to be a little man with a lawnmower on the back of his head.
That should be good. I would say, yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I've grown accustomed to this. Oh well, no head hair, so I mean anything on the head. So yeah, make me like a fucking one of those like those cats that are shaven, like the Egyptian cats. Like fucking get rid of it all. Yep.
I already have very little body hair. I'm like a waxed god.
I'm going to tell you right now, I am sick of shaving my legs and my armpits. So yeah, get rid of it.
Yep.
Body hair. Bye bye.
Gone. Not that I think it's really appealing anyway on either side. So like men are, I don't know.
A large amount of body hair? No.
Like I don't want to be like Robin Williams.
Oh god, that was my ex.
It got into fucking teeth every time.
I hated it.
Alpha said red light. So did Jurgen. And Alpha said no body hair. I hate it. And same thing with Jurgen. Both said the same thing as us. Would you rather? Oh, this one's a good one. Would you rather be able to time travel within a certain range or be able to freeze time? That one's a good one.
Oh man, we had this freeze time before.
Time travel to a certain.
Within a certain range. So you can only time travel within a very specific range or
depends on what that specific range was.
I mean, if it's 5 days, give me the 5 days.
I mean,
well, I mean,
within 24 hours.
I would still be hurting. Give me What was the other one?
Freeze
Or-
time.
Freeze time.
No, because then I'd still be hurting. So
So
I'm
then-
just gonna go. I'm just gonna kill myself.
But are you gonna do it by
Frozen?
traveling through time?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. This one's...
Depending on where I go, I would probably go time traveling because I don't want to freeze time. It just means.
I mean, time travel, you can win every lottery in the world.
Yeah, but you're stuck in that moment and you're never gonna get out of it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
You
she's
just-
just basement. Run with me on this one. Right?
Oh god, I can't wait for Avengers Endgame. We talk time travel. That's gonna be so much fucking fun.
I'm going time travel, win every lottery, spend it on homeless kids.
I mean, the freeze time concept though is pretty intriguing.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What are you
Well-
gonna do? Just stand there and look like a fucking
No.
idiot?
Take
Yeah,
everyone's pants down so that when time continues.
tempting.
Dude, actually, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Freeze time.
Light bulb.
And then I can walk around and grab every girl's boob without them even fucking knowing that I did it.
Well,
Someone just grabbed my breast.
I just pictured like one of those like scenes from the movie where like someone's running or doing something really fast, and you just see this like outdoor space like 2 miles long, right? Everyone's not moving, but everyone's woman has a very weird handprint.
I was there. Jamie said like the end of the corridor.
And they're all
laughing.
like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, yes, I
I
have.
feel
the
like you could have a
power.
lot of fun with either of them.
I
They're
guess
both great ideas.
it really does depend on the time travel range.
I mean, if it's like 2 seconds, then it's fucking useless.
Right, but if you're talking like a year, have some fun with that.
I mean, even like a couple days would be fine.
Couple months, yeah, you can have some fun with that. So, see, I feel like you can have more fun with that than you would, because you're right, the lottery thing would be great, but there's whole fucking implication. Yeah, but fuck.
But
You mean- Give me the time travel. I think the time travel would be more fun possibilities, but
you could stop time and walk up to like presidential figures
Punch
and put
him
your
in the face.
balls in their mouth. Take a picture. Put your balls in their mouth. Take a picture, and then
Yeah, baby, do it.
that Photoshop.
You
Nope.
guys stop.
Heather, what about you? Freeze or time travel?
Like I said, if I can go the 5 days, give me the 5 days.
Why 5 days? What is 5 days? I don't know what happened 5 days ago.
It will be moved in already.
Oh, you want to go 5 days into the future? I got you.
Oh, that's right. Shit, I
into
didn't.
the
I didn't.
future.
I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking going back. I didn't think about going forward. Fuck. Oh, damn. That might
You
change my
get,
answer.
like,
That
You get sick.
Okay, so how can you
For-
travel to something that hasn't happened yet?
It's just like hitting the fast forward button.
presumably.
You
Click.
can't do
I
that.
watched that movie.
All right,
10 out of 10.
I know you did.
We can do a whole nother discussion on time travel, because Jesus Christ, there's a lot that could fucking. I actually had a conversation with my 11-year-old about that, and it was very deeper than I thought it was gonna get. Would you rather be extreme?
Yes.
Would you rather be extremely allergic to your favorite food, or forced to eat your least favorite food once a week?
Which leads to the least favorite.
Forced to, yeah, I'd eat liver just to.
Ugh.
It's only once a week.
That doesn't mean I have to eat the whole thing.
I feel like I just go with my favorite food, being allergic to it.
Really? What's your favorite?
I already can't eat it, so fuck my life.
Wait, you can't eat it now?
No. So I love
He's
pizza,
allergic
but I
to
can't eat it.
seafood.
I'm not allergic to it. I just can't eat it.
I'm Goku. What's your favorite food? Favorite? It's him. I don't have a specific favorite. So I mean, least favorite, yeah, because you could mix shit in it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, some food.
I think the easiest way to do it is
Yeah.
fucking- if you get kale, just make a fucking smoothie out of it. You're done.
Yeah. Or like, my
It's still
point-
gonna taste like shit.
It's still gonna taste like shit, but you know what? You can chug it down.
You swallow it down.
You want to change?
Yeah, I think the least favorite, because at least you could modify it or like mask it in other things, depending on what it is, of course, to get away with it. You know what I mean?
I mean, neither of them are that terrible in my mind, but like,
We'll see. Come on. I gotta go change her pajamas. Sorry, guys.
No
I
worries.
mean, I haven't tasted everything that the world has to offer, so I don't even know what my least favorite might be. What if it's like fucking bull testicles or some shit that you don't even
I
know?
can tell you right now, my least favorite is fucking black olives.
Really? They taste pretty much like green olives.
He still doesn't like olives.
I just heard the. You mentioned the bull testicles thing. There was a joke that I used to love to tell. I'll try to make it quick. This guy goes to Mexico, and he's there for business, and he goes and on the first day he sees this restaurant serving, he goes to a restaurant, sit down, and they serve bull testicles. Like, what the fuck? And he goes to the waiter, he's like, is this real? Is this really bull testicles? And he goes, yeah. He goes, we deep fry them. They're kind of like hush puppies, but yeah, they're the same thing. He's like, oh, all right. He goes, yep, screw it, YOLO. Let's order them up. He orders them, and you get these massive things, right? They're like the size of like small bowling balls. They're huge. So he eats them, and they're delicious. He's like, these are fantastic. He goes, where do you go? He goes, oh, well, there's a stadium up the road, and whenever they have the bull fights, they chop up the bull after they're done, and send the parts here, and da-da. Like, wow, that's delicious. My compliments to the chef. So anyway, his week trip comes to an end, and he decides, like, I gotta go back for those bull testicles. They were delicious. And so he orders them again, but this time when they come back really, really small. Like, all right, whatever. He still eats them, still delicious, still the fine thing. But he asks the guy, he goes, hey, I was here last week, and last time I got the bull testicles, they were massive, and this time they're much smaller. Why? He goes, well, sometimes the bull wins.
I mean, come on, right?
Yep.
And Basement is now going to kill everybody. He hates dad jokes. Everybody.
They're my favorite.
That's why you're smiling off camera. Let me see here. Would you I love dad jokes. They're my favorites. Would you, let me see here.
Yes.
I'm trying to like sift through them and get a good one here. Okay. Would you rather have the ability to read the minds of everyone in the world, or to be able to move objects with your mind?
Move objects with my mind.
You don't want to hear everybody at once?
I don't want to read everybody. I don't want to be Professor.
I don't want to hear most people talk. So,
I am 100% with you on that one. Fuck that shit. I want to fuck that guy. I did not want to hear that. Especially from another guy.
I just don't want to hear people move shit with my mind. Fuck yeah, man! I'll be the Chris Angel, mind freak.
I'm Canadian. I just pictured you with fucking eyeshadow and fucking like...
mind freak.
No,
I just lift a pencil up.
Fair enough.
That's pretty much the extent of my abilities.
Alpha and Jurgen said time travel to the last question, and they also said least favorite food. But Jurgen says to read minds, which is interesting. I mean, yeah, if we're talking like this, like a Cerebro kind of situation, like Professor X, fuck that shit. I don't like. I already got enough voices in my head.
Hating humanity more than you already do, if you were able to read people's minds.
Alpha says he wanted to read minds only because he'd be curious. But I mean, if you read, but it's not like you don't like selective. It's you can hear everybody. So I mean,
you have to go live on an island alone.
I mean, shit. I mean, that was one of the Superman problems, right? When he was first learning like his super hearing, he can hear fucking everything. Yeah, give me the fucking move objects with my mind, because then it'd be like,
right?
That tractor.
Is that an overly large lawnmower?
Is that cow? Yeah, give me that. Give me the definitely the move things with mine. All right, we'll do one more, then we'll move on to a couple other topics here. Would you? That's an interesting question. Would you rather have to make a 1-minute speech in front of 10,000 people, or kiss a frog?
Make
Kind
a
of frog.
speech.
What kind of frog?
What did Heather say? I think I heard her say kiss the frog.
Kiss a frog. Because she
Be-
kisses a frog every night.
That's why he became a prince.
Yep.
What kind of frog?
Oh, definitely no fucking prince.
Is it a poisonous frog? Because then I'm fucking dead.
What the fuck? Which I'm not saying no to. I'm just making sure we're clear on it. I mean, I can do the minute speech.
What
I
do you
can
say?
do the minute speech.
Yeah, I did the minute speech. You know. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today as I distract you because no one's really fucking paying attention to me anyway. Because I guarantee you, at least some of you aren't paying attention anyway now. So yeah, fuck that. I can
Yeah, I know I'm going to kiss a frog. Do them both.
and croak.
I mean, you have to kiss a frog on its mouth.
So go fuck yourself.
You can choose
I'm
wherever
gonna fucking make out with a frog. Why not?
He's not just gonna give it a kiss. He's gonna fucking full on make out with the fucking frog.
Deep throat that baby.
who's inside whom. Can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking.
Could you imagine if that fucking tongue got a hold of your fucking gullet?
We wrap tongues.
Oh God, no. That's a French kiss. Like
Whatever,
it's a
my frogs are cool.
French kiss on a whole nother level. Oh my
Frogs are
God.
cool.
All right, let's pull up. We only have a couple more articles left, so we might actually make this a little bit of an early night, but we'll see how things play out. But this next little tidbit is apparently Elon Musk, good old Elon Musk, found his way.
Weird, terrible name.
I know, but the guy's fucking like crushing it in some places. He tweeted his way onto Twitter's board. Now what? He's on the board of directors. So, longtime shit poster Elon Musk, who has a side gig as CEO of Tesla, is on the board of Twitter. Newly minted after filing the wrong form. No, I think it's just like a kind of a little bit like the article we posted is just obviously kind of like a nudge and wink to it. But Elon Musk has tweeted his way onto the Twitter board of directors. I don't know about you guys, what you guys feel about him specifically. I think the guy is really fucking out there. He's no Tony Khan when it comes to tweets, but let me tell you. But I think he's one of those guys where it's like he's definitely off his rockers in a lot of way, but at the same time, the guy's probably fucking genius at the same time. You know what I mean?
A genius.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's
why he does some of the shit he fucking does.
I think he's a business genius, but like an actual like
No,
everything that gets created.
No, he's a genius.
I think he's
not a Stephen Hawking type of genius, but he's a physicist. He kind of can't be stupid.
Well,
you can't.
He could be good, really good at something, but you can also be like, well, depending on what you're measuring at the time.
But I don't think he is stupid. I'm just saying.
He seems like, okay, the way I look at him is he seems like more of a like. He seems like a guy that doesn't really worry about reciprocation.
No.
Like a lot of the other like high level celebrities, because that's technically what he is, even though
he's a billionaire.
Yeah, he's super rich, but he has that like air of like not giving a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he is essentially the way I would be if I was rich. I just wouldn't give a shit.
I could see that. I
would just sit on fucking Twitter all day, fucking tweeting how dumb people are just because.
Don't you do that now?
It's like, well, I'm a billionaire.
I do that now.
but
I'm not gonna fucking
in an electric car.
My life
everybody's full of material shit here. These are true statements because there are fucking people out there. There are some fucking dumb. There are some fucking doozies like Tony Khan.
Oh my God. Oh, there was I can't remember it right now.
But no, I think he's a business genius. I think we're on the same page. Absolutely. Social, I think he's maybe not a genius, but he certainly knows what the fuck he's doing. Like
he's socially inept, I think.
I don't know.
I mean, look at this meme. Look at this meme. I mean, I don't know, man.
I don't think he's socially inept. I just think he's like a character. Like no, like you know what I mean. Like no matter what, he can act a certain way regardless of where he is. He does. He named his kid fucking Headmass.
I mean, I think he just doesn't give a shit.
Not him.
I think he's a genius.
What were we saying, Heather? I'm sorry.
His wife named their child, not him.
Oh, okay.
Like plus minus equals abortion.
Alpha says he has the look of a total dickhead, but with the mind of a mad scientist, in my opinion. I mean, that's actually pretty damn close. I can certainly get that.
He's got dick face.
Yeah. But he's on.
But he's also like, I mean, when people look at like these billionaires or whatever, and it's like, okay, Bill Gates, he made Microsoft. I mean, but like Elon Musk, for the most part, all of his like leanings have been into things that people would promote in terms of like electric cars, space travel, and shit like that. So,
you all know that this meme comes from fucking Joe Rogan's show, right?
Yeah, they got blasted together.
I actually watched that, and so actually, it's funny. Real quick before we go into that particular episode, I was talking to a coworker of mine.
I just know that that's where it's from. I wasn't going to go into it. It's kind of funny that we're...
Oh yeah, of course, that's the best one I could find. But I was talking to a coworker about this, how like we have clients who come in and they're like these like high level schools. They are like professors, doctors. You're talking like creme de la creme, and socially, fucking brick wall, like it's like talking to a brick wall. Like they don't have the social skills and socially inept. And so it's interesting because same thing with my old primary care doctor. I would fucking make jokes, surprising, I know, during like visits and everything like that, and just like he's like like it's like haha, that is funny, like shit, like very very dry.
Where'd you go, Rush?
Kind of.
I went to the USSR for my checkups.
Yeah, of course. Where do you get colonoscopies?
I got Hydra.
Your asshole looks fine. You go take prosthetic now. But he like dead.
My name is Red Skull. Let me see your red skull.
I'm going to stick this in your vagina now. What are you talking about?
I'm a man.
Are you a doctor? You go turn your head, go hook. Is that a cough? Yeah. Turn head and cough, go hook. That's not how I cough. But like, but point is though, is like, people could be extremely intelligent and extremely vastly knowledgeable in one aspect of their life, and then the other part, it's like the left brain, right brain thing. You know what I mean? Like where one part's stronger than the other, or like creativity versus logic or anything like that. But so it just I'm just saying, I get that from him, where like I can see him being like very weird in person, clearly, but I don't doubt his intelligence either. But I also don't think he's an idiot when it comes to like Twitter and other interactions as well too.
He did this mainly because of all the censorship that is going on Twitter right now.
Yeah,
he wants to try and put a stop to it. That's why he got himself on the board.
He's not your typical.
He's not your typical elite.
He's not towing the line with everybody else when like one thing is looked at as like, this is the way we all have to be. It's like, but does it really make sense?
Right.
Or is it like weirdly limiting?
He is not a liberal. Let me put it to you.
And like the new weird version of what that is. Because in the past, liberals weren't bad. Or weren't like the way that they are now. It's
I'm talking about
really
these people.
That's what Basement's saying.
Yeah,
like super liberal.
The new
Like
psychopaths that are out there saying, you must conform! No, we
Yeah.
must not.
In the name of
they say
freedom,
you must
conform.
you must conform, but yet they don't like Nazis. I don't
In the name of freedom, do what we tell you.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I see. In the name of freedom, conform.
Yep. Got
In
it.
the name of freedom, eat my ass, motherfucker.
Mhm.
It is tasty like goat milk. All
Turn
right.
your head and go.
What it was, I got something I'm gonna mention now because I might forget it later.
Yeah.
I saw something on Twitter. That JP was there was some fucking at WrestleMania that the What Culture guys interviewed somebody, some random guy, and he's like,
Okay.
Bianca Belair is dollar store Sasha Banks or something.
Oh.
That.
Oh my god.
So I actually responded to. Okay, so
We don't have to talk about that now. I
because
just wanted to
somebody
mention
like,
it.
Okay, let's go.
yeah, well, I kind of did want to talk about it. Like, we can finish with Elon here.
I don't
Elon.
have much more to put on
Go ahead.
Elon.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, Elon
Elon
Musk,
Musk.
the man is rich. He's putting his money where his mouth is and spending the money instead of hoarding it like he does, like most rich people do.
Like Jeff Bezos
He's
does.
actually Bezos pays his employees $17 an hour.
What that guy
Jesus.
as
But
like he's got a trillion
So-
gazillion dollars
with
and does nothing
Bezos-
with it.
With Bezos, he could say, well, I'm gonna pay you $17 an hour, and then everybody's like, well, he's still making money. Well, what the fuck do you want him to do?
I mean, that's what a
Do
business
you want him
does.
to fucking pay everybody $75,000 a fucking hour and he has nothing? Like, what the fuck? That makes no sense. I
mean, the whole idea of a business is to make the top of the business money. The business need to make money.
So this is what people don't fucking understand about the.
I think it's the
People
amount
get-
of riches he gets that frustrates people
Who
because
cares? He worked
I
his
mean-
ass off for that, though. I mean,
there's
you
not
can't
the
help
way I look
that.
at it, there's not enough work in this world that should get you that kind of money. You should never be able to earn
Well-
that type of money. That's ridiculous.
Well, I
Like, the guy's
mean,
making $1 million a
well-
second or some shit.
He's doing something right. He's living the real
I mean,
American
he's doing
dream.
something, but he's doing something
Oh,
right in a broken
here's
system,
the
and I
thing.
think that's the thing.
Here-
But like, let's go to what we were going to talk about.
But yeah, and I understand that. But here's the thing that drives me nuts with people. Why do
Over
you
here a
get up to
while.
go to work to make money, right?
Mhm.
Well, I mean, seriously, you get up to go to work to make money so that you can spend money. With business owners like Bezos and Elon Musk, they wake up, they go to work, they make money. They're smart. They don't spend their money. They spend their money smartly.
I don't think he could
Now,
spend that amount of money.
Bezos, well, there's no way you could. I think Bezos
You
could
could buy
probably
the planet.
he could clear. He
What is
could
Earth?
literally start clearing our national debt if he really
Yeah.
wanted to.
Bezos has decided to buy Mars and live there.
I'm gonna buy Venus and flip it.
Get the property brothers or we're gonna break down this wall. I can't breathe, bro.
Venus has a gaseous front, but we're gonna go in there. We're gonna make it a nice kitchen.
We're gonna turn this bad boy around. Give us 24 hours, bro. Why are you in me?
Gonna have a nice sun deck because we're closer to the sun. Fucking stupid. I'm tired. All right, let's divert you. So the guys from What Culture interviewed a fan, and they said that
Right, and it's not even. So it was at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And I don't even think they're the What Culture guys. I really don't think they're the What Culture guys.
Was it,
They asked
yeah.
the question.
Cultaholic,
The
They,
bald
they
guy.
asked
bald
the
guy.
question.
Simon Miller.
Here.
Yeah.
So the question was asked, why are you so the question was asked about Bianca Belair, and this guy booed. And they go, why are you booing? Why are you booing? He's, I don't like Bianca Belair. I don't like Bianca Belair. I don't.
What?
And everybody,
Racist.
he got on there and she is a
Dime store dollar.
dime store Sasha Banks. Okay. And he's just saying, and everybody's, oh, that's a racist statement. Number one, how is that fucking racist?
They're both black.
But it's not even the point. The point is, how is it a racist statement to say that somebody is a dime store of somebody else?
So
Dime
so the
store version.
reach in that and some of the tweets I read was that they have nothing else in common except for their skin color.
Yeah.
The statement, first of all, cannot be interpreted as racist to me because I could call fucking Gable a dime store version of Kurt Angle.
Yep.
That's racist. You're
Right?
racist.
Which
basically.
is, but it's like what's, but I'm also thinking in my mind, I'm like, actually, Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks have quite a bit in common because their character at some point in time they almost had this exact same fucking character.
Yeah, actually, if you think about it, you're right. You're not wrong.
So
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
basically,
I mean,
Bianca took Sasha's gimmick in NXT and more or less the same thing. You're not wrong.
It is. I mean,
the amount of like the people saying that it's racist was like 90% to 10% that was saying it wasn't.
so the one thing that I responded to on this is this was racist. I don't care. And this one guy says it really was. And how is she the Dollar General of Sasha Banks? And I said, if you listen to what the guy is saying, he's saying that Bianca is a cheap version of Sasha. You people are reading way too much into what he said. It's not racist. It is. He's not wrong. Bianca Belair is not as big of a star as Sasha Banks, which was what his point was. And Sasha Banks or Bianca Belair, personally for me, is not somebody that I want as my champion. Sorry, I don't care what anybody says.
There's been a bunch. Well, there's been a bunch of comparisons. And real quick, shout out to Frank Harsh Truth in the chat. What's up, Frank? But like, there's been a ton of that in wrestling. You have like cheap knockoffs of everybody. You could say Mick Foley is a yep. Dolph Ziggler is a ripoff of like, you know, Shawn Michaels or Mick Foley of Terry Funk. Yeah, I was about to say that. Demolition of fucking the Road Warriors. It fucking happens all the time.
And then when people are like, "There's nothing comparable between the two," I'm like, "They're both wrestlers and they both shared very similar gimmicks." So like, I don't know what you're reaching
so many gimmicks and characters that you can make. Realistically,
but everything is like transformed into like racial.
Yeah, I think people.
It's just because a white guy said it. It's a racist statement. Like, shut the fuck up.
I think people are just.
I mean, it was obvious that he wasn't meaning it that way in the video because I saw the video and I was like, he just didn't. He didn't like her. And the thing is, he said he liked Sasha Banks, who was the same fucking ethnicity. So like, how is it racist? It's like I don't like that black person. I like that black person.
Feels about Sasha or about Bianca Belair, and I cannot disagree with him in any way, shape, or form. Sorry, I cannot.
Yeah, it's people reaching, and I hate when they're like trying to like.
Why I hate
my pitchforks out. Let me.
The internet wrestling community, man. Y'all are a bunch of fucking idiots. You are you're fucking idiots. You aren't toxic. You're just a bunch of fucking idiots.
One of the many reasons I left. There's a lot, but just that was a good.
Banks, you people that fucking froth at the mouth over Sasha Banks, you're a bunch of fucking idiots. She doesn't.
I absolutely hate the internet wrestling community. It's like there is some good stuff, but it's so few and far between. It's mostly like weird creeps and like people that are like infatuated.
Yep.
Well, let me. Here's what I'll say. I in my experience, there are some amazing, smart, very talented people who know what they're talking about and know what they're doing. That being said, there are also there is a strong majority of people who take it way too far, take it way too seriously, and the gatekeeping, the fucking, like, you need to know this, you need to know that. It is a fucking headache.
They'll just like squabble back and forth, and it's over nothing.
I'm lucky that, like, the people who I interacted with during my time were more the latter, or more the first, not the latter. But not to say that I didn't see that, especially on Twitter. Especially on Twitter. So it's just like unreal. And Frank just said in the chat here, "Hey everyone, unwinding after work, watching Horny Goat crew do their thing. Hope everyone's doing good night. We are doing fantastic, sir. I hope you're having a good night as well. Cheers to you." And
I'm doing better.
So we're having a good time. But yeah, like, I was fortunate enough in my experience, but, like, again, specifically Twitter is just it's a cesspool. It is a cesspool.
It is.
And I'll be honest, like, and I've said this to you guys, I've said this to a bunch of people, if it wasn't for everybody here in the Horny Goat crew, probably would have gotten rid of Twitter when I got rid of all my social stuff.
Right.
What? I'm in the same boat, because Twitter, like, I find if you like anything, whatever your like is, whether it's wrestling, whether it's like Marvel or anything like that, do not consult Twitter about it, because it'll fucking ruin.
Cynical.
Yeah, it's all cynics, and most of them are fucking brain dead anyway. So,
but I will tell you this: I will consult Twitter just to start an argument.
I won't.
I love how he just said, like, don't do this, don't do that for this reason, toxic, and JP's like, but I like watching shit burn.
So my thing is I, like, what was it? Somebody losing a match, and I just want to watch Twitter fucking burn.
Yeah, it was when Bianca lost to Becky at SummerSlam in the 26-second match.
Well, and then there's something else that happened. I'm like, I want her to I say this shit on purpose on Twitter. I want her to lose because I want to see Twitter have a fucking meltdown. I just want to watch all the people cry. Because, and that one of them actually happened, and it wasn't Bianca Belair. I think it was Big E when she lost the title.
I want to light this house on fire just so
it was great. I immediately went to Twitter because I said, somebody puts in there who's gonna lose, and I said who's gonna win or lose, and I said I hope Big E does because I want to watch Twitter melt down, and it happened. 5 minutes later, Twitter fucking melted down. Oh, this is racist. Vince is a racist piece of shit because he fucking took the title off fucking Big E. Shut the fuck up.
And there's JP with the marshmallow stick.
Yeah, he's Emperor Neo with the violin on the fucking steps of Rome.
I'm sorry, man. I love watching other people's demise, and I can just sit there and laugh at it. Like, I don't care. I don't care either way what happens, but I love it when something happens that I envision, and it's beautiful. It makes me smile.
Your pain makes me smile.
Some men are looking for anything logical, like money. It can be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with.
I'm poking the bear.
Someone, he's right here. He's awake. That's not. It's fine.
Okay, baby.
One thing I did also want to deviate before we get into our last topic, and then we'll do some more Would You Rathers, is obviously one of, if not the biggest story coming out of last weekend was the Oscar slap heard round the world. And so the only thing to update that is that the Academy Awards met and kind of deliberated on what they were going to do with Will Smith, and the decision has been rendered. I know that Frank, I think, talked about this over on Drew's show.
Yeah, I was gonna make mention of that.
Yep. So make sure you give him some love too.
I actually listened in, and it's very insightful, by the way, Frank. I wholeheartedly agree with him. I am along the same lines as he is. I don't think he should be allowed to win an Oscar ever. Again, personally, me.
Yep.
What he did, and it wasn't fake. Because number one, why? And I said this last week. Number one, why would he drop his vote, his Academy, whatever, his vote for the Oscar if it was fake? Because if it was fake, he wouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's saying he got what Chris Rock got what he deserved. You are so fucking wrong. Chris Rock did nothing wrong. I know a lot of people don't like Chris Rock.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Chris
make
Rock-
jokes and be
Chris
a
Rock
different thing.
Is one of those comedians that no, he doesn't hold anything back. Everything is open for business. Now, 9/11, I mean, he does it right. Like the whole thing with Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't know if he knew that she had alopecia. I would have made fun of her ass.
Also, who gives a
I
fuck?
would've
It's
called
not
her a
like a
fucking-
life-threatening disease.
So-
for fuck's sakes.
So
Exactly.
real quick before you keep on going, so the official verdict that was reached was that Will Smith is banned from the Oscars for 10 years. Now, the weird part was when I was reading through this was that
10 years.
he's banned from appearing,
Yes.
Which
not winning.
that's so dumb because that doesn't. That
It is
doesn't,
dumb.
It does not. And Frank said this yesterday, and I wanted to give him credit because we talked a little bit about this last night.
Mhm.
But Frank said something, and I give him full credit for it. And I was going to give him credit on the show, and I can't exactly remember what it was. But why is this guy who did this being punished? The punishment doesn't fit the crime. If you're going to punish a guy and ban him from the Oscars for 10 years, you should ban him from winning or even
Yeah.
being nominated. And I remember what it was. He said the Screen Actors Guild has yet to vote on what they're going to do. If he cannot, and quote me if I'm wrong, Frank, please tell me. If they ban him from the Screen Actors Guild, he cannot. He's done.
He can still appear in indie films. He can't.
He can't.
Mm.
He can't.
Yeah, I think
his
you're correct.
mega stardom as like fallen. Honestly,
Done.
like I'm gonna say there's what I think between what's happening with Will Smith and everything. I think he's fucked up mentally, and I think
Mhm.
his I think him and his wife pretty much hate each other, but aren't willing to like separate from each
Admit it?
other. I think he's almost in like an abusive relationship with that woman.
Mm-hmm.
From things that I've seen, she seems like the worst fucking human being alive.
She's
Uh,
a narcissist.
Yeah, Frank just mentioned in the chat. He said he tweeted an interesting op-ed from the actor Harry Lennox about the situation. So make sure you guys check out Frank over on Harsh Truth, and of course on his on Drew's on Derail, where he also chimed in on this. I did get a little bit of I get a chance to listen in on it too, and yeah, Frank makes some very very valid points, like kind of JP was reiterating. But you guys should really check out the whole thing. But I mean, yeah, I mean the banning from 10 years, fine. That's a good start. But, like, I agree with you. I think that, you know, fucker one...
From the show is one thing, but, like, banning from... Like, what are we looking at here? Like, is... Because, first of all, as soon as you make physical contact with another person...
That's assault.
Unprovoked,
Yeah.
that's assault. That should be legally held. It shouldn't be up to fucking Oscars and everything like that.
I mean... Oh, go ahead, Basement, sorry.
No, that's pretty much what I'm saying. It shouldn't be held up to like them to chastise him. That's a law, not
Yeah.
a bunch of actors.
So, I mean, let's be realistic about this, right? So, obviously, the Oscar panel or the board that does the voting and and announces the nominees, right? They're not gonna they're not gonna vote for anything Will Smith. There's no way. Even if Will Smith somehow came out with this breakthrough role and this breakout film that nobody saw coming and had like it was the best acting you've ever seen him in his entire life, they're not gonna fucking touch him with a 10-foot pole because they know what's gonna come of it or the ramifications. You know what I mean? Like there's real like I know that they didn't ban him from being nominated or winning an award, but I think that you fucking look at the fucking board of directors, they're not gonna. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna be stupid enough to like, oh well, you know, we're still gonna nominate him and still do that. No, they're gonna stick fucking at least for the first couple of years, they're gonna stay away from him with like a 10-foot pole.
Well, he's gonna disappear.
I hope
for a
you're
while.
right. I don't think you are, but I hope you're right.
You think
Netflix has already dropped him from one of their movies. So.
I don't think you're gonna see Will Smith in like any role for the next 3 to 4 years in
Agreed.
terms of any role of value. You know, remember what happened with Mel Gibson?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
he
Yep.
disappeared. I feel like the same thing's gonna happen with Will Smith, and it's
I agree.
it's like, I mean, I don't really care for Will Smith as an actor too much. I don't think he's as good as like he goes through his fucking sad puppy dog face. That's his acting.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, apparently got him. I didn't see the movie. Maybe he's incredible in it. But every movie I've ever seen him in, he's never been anything but Will
He's
Smith.
not that great of an actor in my eyes. I've never cared for him.
But like, I mean, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's like anybody that's hosted the Oscars. Look at the what's his face, the English guy that like roasted the entire celebrity.
Oh,
Ricky Gervais.
I love
Gervais.
Ricky
Yeah.
Gervais.
Yeah, he literally destroyed all of them, and nobody came up and punched him in the face or slapped him. Like, you got to realize I mean, what is it? Is this guy retarded? He's 50 years old. He's just super rich, and he goes up and slaps another man on national television
Because
about a joke because he couldn't handle it. Because I think he thought his wife was upset about it, therefore he couldn't. Like, I mean, the guy is.
I mean, that's what we were talking about last time. It's like it's so out of character. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I think he's like fucking mind controlled, man.
Something's wrong.
He is. And then she comes out and says, I wish he hadn't have done that. Bitch, why don't you sit there and grab his arm and tell him to sit the fuck down then?
She's like
his
literally the villain, man. She's the worst.
Yes. I mean, it's his job to defend you as his wife, yes. But it's also your job as his wife to defend him and stop him from doing something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she. I mean, after this, like, I saw like a Twitter feed of him like being recorded by his wife, and he's like, "Don't record me without telling me you're gonna record me." That thing, and I was like, "This is fucking weird." Like their relation, and then like she was like being a bitch about the whole thing. To be honest, while recording him telling him, he's like, "Listen, man, my bread and butter is my social media. Don't record me without telling me." And she's like, "Well, yeah, see how you helped me and my husband?" Like she's talking about, I guess, like a therapist or something. I don't know.
Jeez, yeah, it's just a fucking mess. But yeah, no, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there because, but yeah, I think the Screen Actors Guild. I'll have to look into that about like whether or not he's done. But I mean, one way or the other, he's done. In one way or the other, I think he's kaput. Like I honestly don't see him. I'm not saying this is the absolute worst thing that I've seen anybody do in like the public limelight, but this is a pretty dumb stunt that I think is going to cost him for at least 5 years.
So weird, from like watching him on Fresh Prince to seeing him where he is currently, because it's obviously like a. I mean, I don't know the guy personally, but it seems like a huge shift in who he probably is.
I mean, I could
What
also
he shows to the camera is completely different from behind closed doors.
I could also
Yeah, but-
see him being the type of person where he tries to be a nice guy and take a lot of shit and take a lot of grunt and doesn't explode like that. And I almost guarantee you that that's probably one of the very rare times that he has ever, you know, in real life, like.
Honestly, like if I was to like,
You know what he should have
he
done?
wanted to hit his wife more than he wanted to.
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
Chris
yeah.
I'm just gonna say, you know what he should have done? He should have walked up, slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, turned around, walked over to her, and just slapped the shit out of her. Now, take care of your fucking self, bitch.
Yeah, she just seems like a terrible person to me, man. I don't know enough to like actually pass that, but like the way it looks and the things that I've seen, and the things that like the manipulative nature of when she talks about things like in the past, it was an entanglement. You fucking were riding some dick. Like, don't call it what it isn't.
It was an entanglement of organs, you know. But
He was all up in these guts.
all up in these wow west. Anyway, so the last article I got here is a very one where you gotta watch what your kids are watching about the Huggy Wuggy videos that are surfacing on YouTube and TikTok. So those of you who don't know what the hell we're talking about, police in schools in England have apparently warned parents about videos on a dark character that their children may be watching without their knowledge. Huggy Wuggy is a character from 2021 horror video game called Poppy Playtime, but the character has been starring in popular fan videos shared across TikTok and YouTube. The character appears to escape parents' attention, who assume nothing sinister from the name, but one popular YouTube edit even features the character in a scenes from the TV show's Peppa Pig. Poppy Playtime was created by MOB Games and is a horror survival game kind of similar to Five Nights at Freddy's. Huggy Wuggy is one of the main villains and appears as a furry blue monster with razor-sharp teeth. According to police in schools, like a concerning number of children of young ages have been watching videos featuring the characters, including some pretty dark scenes. There was even there was like a song that one of them was watching where it's like the lyrics goes, one song includes the lyrics, I could hug you here forever till you breathe your last breath together. So nope, not gonna be watching that shit anytime soon. But I think this is kind of one of those things where it's like, and just from my personal experience, FNAF kind of blew up, I think, more than anybody fucking anticipated. And so and so now you have this genre of horror games and horror characters that are creepy modifications of what you would assume to be normal child or children-like characters. I cannot tell you the number of fucking FNAF ripoffs I have seen, and I shouldn't say ripoffs. What was it? Dime store versions of, and so, and this one seems like exactly like it. And trust me when I say, and I'm sure maybe Heather and JP know a little bit about this from what maybe Wendy's gotten a hold of, but I just know with my kids, it's like, I don't let them watch certain YouTube videos or channels because you go down the wrong rabbit hole and you will see some very weird general things in them.
So Wendy watches a lot of YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
She's into watching YouTube. She's into watching YouTubers, and one of her YouTubers, who is a pretty entertaining guy, is Corey Kenshin, and he was playing this game. But he doesn't go into the weird, wild stuff. He's just playing the game. So I don't think she's actually watched any videos with him. But that's about as far as it goes with her watching that. Like, yeah.
What, you want to watch it out here?
What were you going to say, Heather?
Her favorite one, aside from Corey Kenshin right now, is actually FGTV, which is Family Gaming.
Yep.
And they have a song about Huggy Wuggy. She's watched it a few times.
Yep.
But she also knows this is pretend.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else that you see over here that mommy and daddy are doing is real life. So this is the problem. Parents are not taking the time to explain. This is pretend.
Right.
Yep.
This, in the computer world, is fine. You do it outside, you could hurt somebody and end up getting in a lot of trouble.
Right.
Mm-hmm. A lot of parents are depending on these electronical devices to teach their children without explaining the ramifications.
So we switched Juliet over. I've kind of let her, be honest, like watch YouTube, and then she hasn't seen anything bad, but she just clicks and clicks and clicks and clicks and clicks. And so we've switched her over just to watching stuff on Disney now, the Disney Plus app, because at least there I can kind of, monitor things a little bit better. And obviously I know that Disney Plus, with some exceptions, is not going to show them anything too outside her realm. And because unfortunately there's a lot of YouTube stuff, and TikTok's even worse because there is like no limitations, guidelines, or no restrictions. But with YouTube and the changing of all that stuff, with at least the Disney Plus app, I know that there are things that she'll watch, she'll love, she'll enjoy, it'll capture her attention, possibly even educate her, and I don't have to worry about her exploring into things that are like, because obviously there's things on YouTube and TikTok that can very easily fly under the radar,
right? Especially
when we're talking about this stuff. So yeah, it all boils down to like, parents need to step in and like really like take the reins, otherwise it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, when it comes to that stuff, yes. If it gets weird and like I said with Wendy, she's actually just watches YouTubers play the games.
Yeah.
Like the Granny's House
Yep.
game. That's what they,
She loves the fucking song that FGTV did for Granny's House. That is actually in the game now.
Right. Oh wow.
It's funnier. Oh my god. She loves that song. She just randomly start going, Granny's house. I don't want to stay. It's like, oh boy.
But what about you, Basement? Your thoughts on this stuff?
I mean, I don't have children.
Good talk. All right, moving on. No, but
I
I
don't
mean,
really know what else to say.
and many more. I don't know. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up all the stuff for this week. Unless there's anything else you guys want to throw out there.
Wasn't there something you wanted to talk about, Basement, real quick? It had to do with
had to do with what?
Tony Khan. Let's talk about his
Oh
tweet.
my god, yeah, that is.
Oh
just,
yeah.
What's wrong with this man?
So we did talk about a very weird tweet that he mentioned last week, which wasn't the one he tweeted out this week.
He put on his tinfoil hat and went to town.
I think this guy is reaching for. I think he knows, and this is just my thinking. WrestleMania did pretty well this last weekend, I thought.
I agree.
And he now realizes, oh shit, maybe we aren't what we thought we were. And now he's trying to. Eric Bischoff did this. Like he tried making it he actually tried making it a WWE versus AEW thing, I think, is what he's trying to do now. Because
he's trying to get the hype from WWE. Yeah.
Always saying, well, WWE had, like this last tweet, WWE has bots. Like
He's trying to pick a fight so that he gets more popular because of it. He's basically trying to get on equal playing ground, viewership wise, by picking a fight with a company.
Yeah.
And it just comes off as so sad.
It really does. And let me pull up the exact tweet. I'm going to pull up and put it up here on the. Wow, this image got really fucking big. Give me 1 second to pull up the exact tweet here. So the tweet reads, and this is it's very out of left field, but let me read it first. So it says, an independent study has confirmed that much of the staunch anti-AEW online community aren't real individuals. It's a staff running thousands of accounts and an army of bots to signal boost them. Look closely, these aren't real people. Who'd pay for such a wildly expensive thing? So let me... Yeah. So even if this was true, even if this was 100% true, why do you need to feel the need to tweet this out? If you were
kind of independent study without any fucking proof of the study existing, like this guy needs to die.
If you were trying to make your wrestling company the best it possibly can be, shit like that is not going to work. What's going to work is your product, your marketing, your characters, and everything else in between that makes a great wrestling promotion a great wrestling promotion.
We talked about that last night, and I watched Rampage last night, and it was terrible. It was terrible.
Like, you're right that Eric Bischoff did do things like this, but he was at least smart enough to know how to do it the right way.
The thing with Eric Bischoff is that he did something. He actually, the first shot fired by him was the NWO.
Outside.
I think there was shots way before that, but that's...
Shot fired, and then Then they started getting popular again. Then he tried doing all the stupid bullshit. And that got him in trouble. Tony Khan's trying to do all the stupid bullshit before he actually gives me something that's going to actually beat WWF and the WWE in the ratings, which
Mhm.
he's never fucking going to.
He's literally hot shot his own company.
He did.
Yeah, and I think that
Bischoff did
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah.
He just hot-shotted the whole company, and now he's Tony Khan, and we kind of talked about this. Tony Khan is relying. His world champion right now is who's the world champion? I know who it is. I asked Basement. He goes, "Who is the world champion?"
I have no idea, to be honest.
What does that tell you? If you don't know who the world champion is of the second biggest company in wrestling today,
Mhm.
Here in America, anyway.
that's not fucking good.
No, and to my point earlier was like Bischoff. If Bischoff had if Twitter existed during the Monday Night Wars, would Eric Bischoff do something like this? He would do something similar, but not the exact same thing that he did because, like you just said, it hotshotted the company. So it basically said like, oh, the reason we're not succeeding is because there are haters out there that are trolls. That has nothing else to do with like other things that are going on, like, oh, I don't know, ratings dipping, better, but
Absolve me of any wrongdoing. It's
yeah. It's just like, oh, yeah, the fucking trolls, and it's like
this. I am so thankful that Twitter did not exist during the Attitude Era.
if Twitter existed during the Attitude, or rather the Monday Night Wars, Bischoff would use it to stir shit, be like, hey Vince, like look at da. But
But people would already. If Twitter existed, imagine if the Attitude Era was going on today and Twitter existed. Everybody would know what was going to happen. Like the NWO thing wouldn't have fucking worked in today's era at all.
yeah, but
That's what people don't get. They're like, well, they could have put out a good product. So you can honestly tell me that you think the NWO angle would work in today's wrestling? And people are like, yeah, I do. I don't think you really get it. I don't think it would. Everybody knows what everybody's fucking doing.
Very difficult to keep a secret.
Dirt sheets existed back then, but nobody paid any fucking attention to them.
It would not have the same impact. I will give you that. They could do it, but it would not have the same impact that it did then, because the big reason that the NWO worked was because for a brief window of time, people even beyond that, legitimately thought that Vince had sent them to the company to kill it off.
Which is why the NWO thing worked.
Yeah. I mean, Nexus was probably the closest thing that was successful, and even that was
not the greatest.
So,
well, it was going well until they just decided to bury them all.
Until SummerSlam, that was the nail in the coffin. But anyway, but my point is that like Tony should just stick to promoting how good AEW is.
I honestly think Tony Khan should not be the booker.
No,
I don't think he should be.
The
He
only
should be
booker.
a wallet. Is all he should be.
I think what was that?
He should be a wallet, and that's it.
That's it. He just needs to stop thinking
I
that
can't
he
stand
knows
seeing him.
wrestling.
Every single in the last 2 weeks, everything I've seen about him has been so fucking cringy. Him with Joe, terrible. Him on Twitter, terrible. His face, terrible.
But yeah, I think that like he needs to take a step back in some ways. You know what I mean? And
No, all the way.
I think
Just-
I
he's
think
funny.
I don't think his booking is horrible,
I think it's
but
terrible.
I think it's heading that way from what I've seen.
It's
If
too
you-
sensational. There's too much. It's not
Yeah.
There's
subtle.
a blood match every fucking week. It seems.
Yeah, there's literally no subtle. If it was possible to be more like over the top and balls to the walls than ECW, he's taking that route.
And I'm not saying literally they're calling it a blood match.
No, but there's going to be blood.
Blood
every
in
fucking
every
match.
fucking match. Like the main event last night on Rampage was Jon Moxley versus Wheeler Yuta. Now, me personally,
Wheeler Yuta.
the first 5 minutes of that match, he's cut open. He's busted open, right? And he's bleeding profusely. But yet, this motherfucker, 20 minutes into the match, is able to kick out of 2 paradigm shifts. He's also able to evade or break the bulldog choke that John Moxley had. This is all 20 minutes after he had been cut open. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, it
if you're gonna try, and the announcers were terrible. This is why Jim Ross needs to stop doing what he's doing, because he's sitting there saying he's lost a lot of blood. He looks tired, and then all of a sudden he fucking turns into fucking Superman. It's like, if you're gonna sell me on something where a guy is busted open, sell me on it. Don't sit there and say he's busted wide open and then kicks out of 2 paradigm shifts, breaks a fucking bulldog chokehold. I can't buy it. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I think you should just stay off Twitter in general. That's just me.
Terrible booking.
I mean, like a lot of wrestling has become the Marvel universe, whereas like everybody's a superhero. You take like 5,000 finishers, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna kick out.
Don't give me fucking.
Nothing
I went
hurts
on a
me.
tangent with a friend of mine over the weekend about like fucking finishers, and we don't have the time for that.
I get it.
But yeah, I think this was a good another great no bucks given. Was there anything anybody else wanted to add in here before we wrap it up this evening?
Did you want to do any more would you rathers, or are you done with the would you rathers?
I think all the good ones I used for the first round. I tried looking through them.
I mean, essentially, we're good. I'm good. I mean, I don't have really anything else. I don't think there was anything else that we talked about.
I think we hit all the main points. Basement, anything you want to bring to the table?
I had something else, but I can't remember it. So it's all good.
Well, we'll save it for a post show, maybe. Who knows? I want to thank everybody who joined us in the chat. Alpha, Jurgen, Frank from Harsh Truth Podcast. Make sure you go give him some love over on his channel. Killer Kingdom, we saw him in the chat earlier on. Thank you for popping in towards the end, my friend. Federico, I think I saw Tim in there earlier, so I want to thank everybody who came in and checked us out. Again, check out all the other cool stuff on the Horny Goat YouTube channel, youtube.com/hornygoat. If you are around tomorrow, it is going to be Horny Goat Wrestling's Money in the Bank. So make sure you're awake for 16 hours straight, because there's going to be a shit ton of matches, and we're not going to go anywhere.
7 5-hour energies.
We don't split our shit up into 2 nights. It's one big 13-hour mega fest. But it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be fun.
Bonanza.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And no worries, Killer. We always appreciate you coming in, even after in the after stuff. So we'll probably try to start.
Late,
Killer, we'll probably try and do Money in the Bank a little earlier, but we'll see how things go out. But also make sure you guys come back Monday for the Marvel Roundtable as we enter into Avengers: Age of Ultron, or as I like to call it, the Day of Ultron, because it's not really an age. We'll talk about that, and then of course Horny Goat Wrestling on Wednesday. Check out Heather's stream from Friday, where she checked out some of those more reactionary videos of vehicle vehicle incidences. No, what was it? Entanglements. We'll call them entanglements.
There were several entanglements.
Several entanglements.
Especially the drunk guy in fucking, what was it, Serbia or whatever?
You're like,
oh, that was the best. That was
just watching it now.
Fucking best. He didn't know if back was forward. It's like when the controller mapping goes awry.
Thanks to Canadian Basement, JP, and Heather as always, and we'll see you guys next time right here on No Bucks Given. Take care. Peace out.
Cheers.